everyone, and welcome to another amazing interview on the Visibility Summit. Today we have Nikki Golly, who's a digestion expert and loves to tell us all about and become more educated about poop. So welcome, Nikki. I'm excited to talk to you today.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, you kind of already said it, but what's everyone's favorite childhood book? This one's mine. Because it's true. I wish we would get rid of the taboo of poop because everybody does it. Everything does it. It's important. Poop's actually important. It would have completely changed my life if someone would have told me when I was younger that poop was important. And hey, did you know it? You're supposed to poop every day. Most people do not know that. So that if that's new to you, you're supposed to poop every single day. If you're not, you're considered constipated. So I am Nikki Golly, here to bring some levity and take away the taboo of talking about what everybody does, because poop is important. And here's why. One really scary statistic is 113,000 people were diagnosed with colon and rectum cancer in 2023 alone. That was just in the United States. That is a staggering statistic that we could dramatically decrease if we talked about poop. Because majority of people that are diagnosed with colon and rectum cancer, they're not pooping every day.
This is wild. Okay, hold on. So this is wild. So I want to know a little more about you and how we ended up here, because there's not many people in the world who are like, I'm going to tell the world about poop and like make that visible, right? Like here we are on the Visibility Summit, like making poop visible, which is so cool. So tell us a little bit how we got here.
Okay, yes, yes. So a little bit about me is I've been on a journey for many years. I learned when I was 27. So I dealt with it all for 27 years. I dealt with a food allergy. I was eating something every day, if not every meal, that my body was allergic to. So I was not going to the bathroom. I just knew that I was sick all the time. I was uncomfortable. I used to joke that someone could sneeze on the other side of an auditorium and I'd get sick. Allergies, you name it. I had all of the reactions. Spring allergies, I was just miserable, eyes watering, nose, sneezing, coughing, all the things. And I went to the doctors and they said, "You're fine. There's really nothing wrong with you." And then I would say, "Okay, well, I'm not going to the bathroom," or I didn't even know. Everyone asked, like, "Are you regular?" Yeah, sure. I regularly poop once a week. That's regular. Is that really the proper question? Is it? No, no, that's not the proper question. But I was miserable. I was sick. I was a little kid in elementary school and I couldn't do the quote unquote girl push-ups because my knees hurt so bad. I was a little kid. Like, how could that be happening? What was happening is my body was constantly fighting something that I was eating, and I was getting sick all the time. And I was having reactions that a lot of people would have in the older years, in their golden senior years, I was experiencing as a young girl because of a food allergy. So fast forward, I had no idea what was happening. I got a degree in nutrition. I also spent many years in the supplement industry and supplement store trying to figure out how I could feel better, how I could not be sick all the time. And then even after my nutrition degree, I found out that there was a really high likelihood that I had an allergy to dairy, to cow's milk. And I was like, no, I couldn't do it. I couldn't give up my Greek yogurt and cottage cheese before bed and cheesecake and all those things. But I did. I was like, well, I'm a scientist. So I was like, all right, let me check it out. I stopped it for 10 days and it was like the 10th day, the clouds opened up. Like I could feel better. I was pooping every day. It was like it just felt like a black cloud lifted off my body that had been there forever. It was huge. And so I am that journey that doctors don't really know. As much as I would love to be able to go to a doctor, most of the clients that I work with go to doctors and the doctors say, "You're fine. Your lab tests are fine." But they know something's not right. They're not pooping right. They're either constipation, like not pooping every day, considered constipated, or like little hard pellets, constipation, or on the other side of the spectrum, diarrhea, going 5 or 6 times a day, really loose, watery, that kind of thing. If either one of those is a norm for you, your body is telling you that something's wrong. And nobody told me. So I'm like, you know what? Now, like, hey, I have this lighthearted personality. Like, why not take my misery to help other people? And I've done for dozens of people at this point, and it fuels me every day to talk on big summits and get in front of big audiences and have a conversation of, hey, did you know you're supposed to poop every day? And hello, like it's something simple. Like you don't have to be gross and like dissect your poop or anything, but just a simple look at it. I mean, everyone like just look at it before you flush it, like, okay, is that normal? Ideally, again, so first thing, poop every day. Number two, what does it look like? Is it little turds or is it watery? If it runs on either side of the spectrum, something's wrong. Ideally, what we want is sorry for the mental picture in advance, but a poop that resembles soft serve ice cream. So easy to come out of your body, doesn't take a lot of effort or straining, doesn't all fall apart. Dr. Oz also coined the S-shaped poo. There's really only one poo that makes an S shape, and that's a good one. So if that's not a norm, you can improve because yes, I talk about poop and yes, it's fun and it's kind of weird and taboo and catchy, but it's really about digestion. It's really about how you feel. If you're constantly constipated or constantly have diarrhea, your vitality and energy for life is not even close to what it could be. I had no idea. Like, I have more energy now in my mid 30s than I did in my early 20s, even my teens. That's when you're supposed to have all this crazy amounts of energy. Like, I have more energy and vitality now than I did back then.
So I think that that whole story was fantastic. And I want to tell you that I've had two separate experiences that are similar. One actually having to do with digestion. I have an allergy to gluten, so I can't eat it. So I itch like I am in withdrawal. And it's awful for me. So I don't eat gluten. So I get it, but also it's a very similar thing. And so what would it be your piece of advice for someone who's like, I know I'm not okay. I know there's something happening. How do they really take that first step and figuring out what's that thing that they're allergic to, or what would you suggest for them?
Really, well, you hit the nail on the head. The biggest problem for me was cow's milk. The biggest problem for you is wheat. Those two are usually the biggest contributors of not feeling good. So, I mean, there is no downside in eliminating something. The hard part is it hides in everything. So you can't really eliminate it without knowing where it hides and what it's in. Like you being wheat free, like one thing you would never think that would have wheat is soy sauce.
Yep.
Soy sauce is wheat. And it's like it hides in so many different things in processed foods and things like that. But that is because of that need, I actually created a poop pop quiz. So for everyone here, in the page wherever you'll be able to find it, I guarantee it, but it's a poop pop quiz. So take the quiz. It'll ask you some questions that you probably haven't thought about, questions that your doctors don't ask you, but I wish they did. And it's like, so assess where you're at. What does your digestion look like? So because of necessity, I have that. That's a free gift for everyone here, everyone listening, because I think it's so, so important to assess what's going on and kind of ask yourself those questions. Am I uncomfortable? Is my stress level, believe it or not, when your stress is crazy elevated, it decreases your digestion. You're not going to feel good. You're not going to digest food properly. So that is my kind of assess where you're at. Pop quiz time. Everyone assess. When is the last time you took a poop pop quiz? Let today be the first time.
I'm not saying never. I had never have. So this will be so fun. Also, I love this because it's an easy tool, and everyone who's listening, this is the free gift for everyone from Nikki, and I suggest you grab it. And the reason is it's such a quick and easy way to start to be your own advocate. I think that is such a hard thing for so many people to say, well, the experts say I'm okay. Well, the reality is like you are the expert on your body and how you feel, and they don't know that. And so if you grab Nikki's quiz and you can start there, that's a great step to being your own advocate. Since
Yeah.
we're on gifts, and we're going to do this a little out of order, but that's okay. Since we're on gifts, all of our VIP people, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So to take care of all of our VIPs, because we love and appreciate you so much, I have a complimentary for our VIPs, a digestive harmony session. So that is a one-on-one call with me, normally around $300, but one-on-one call with me to kind of really brainstorm what's happening, what's going on with you. You'll leave with actionable steps on what can you do to move forward to feel better now, because anytime anyone feels uncomfortable, we want to feel better yesterday. So download that, get on my calendar, and let's get you feeling better at least that day. Sadly, I can't go back and change time, but I'm working on it. I'm working on
I say that all the time. I'm like, if only we could do that. We can make that happen faster.
it.
So great, because look, if you guys grab the poop pop quiz, you book a session with Nikki to go over everything. Like this is invaluable for your health. And I know that people don't always think like health and business are related, but they absolutely are. If you are not in peak health, you're not in alignment, and there's no way that you can perform at your best in business. If one thing is out of alignment in your life, everything's going to be, whether you see it on the surface or not. And I talk about this everywhere, right? It's really up to you to say, this is who I want to be, and this is how I want to show up. And honestly, it always begins with our health. So if you have not
Definitely.
upgraded to VIP, and you're watching this and thinking, oh, this would be a great jumpstart, grab it, upgrade to VIP, if only for Nikki's gift. It's fantastic. Okay, Nikki, is there anything that we haven't talked about that you want to share with the audience?
Well, one piece that you spoke on is you said the experts. Doctors are experts. Doctors are experts in medicine. And if you break a leg, doctors are the best people you should go to fix whatever ailments. But did you know that doctors do not need to take any nutrition courses? Zero, maybe one as an elective. So they don't know what when it comes to nutrition. So many doctors say it doesn't matter what you eat. Oh, we're going to cut this out. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, the gallbladder, you don't need that. It doesn't matter what you eat. They say that just because they don't know, because they haven't been educated on it. So they can't honestly tell you what they've learned because they haven't learned anything about it. So as much as I love doctors and I want to work with doctors, just know that a nutritionist is someone that works with food and nutrition, is not a doctor, but we know different information. So what I know, many doctors don't know, and really the proactive and the really diving in digestion, doctors don't know that. The pharmaceutical companies are starting to jump on the bandwagon, and so you'll see a lot of commercials for diarrhea or constipation medications, but that doesn't solve the issue. That doesn't get to the root cause. That just covers it up. It just kind of maybe usually causes the opposite. If you're taking something for constipation, it usually shifts the other direction. It doesn't fix the underlying cause. So really, when you dive into nutrition and you really dive into the underlying cause, everything else can fall into place. So
And I really
really diving in. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I really think that this is a huge misconception because people assume like doctors know everything about nutrition, but I mean, honestly, they're different subjects.
Completely.
They're related, but they're not the same thing. And you're a nutritionist is not going to do surgery on you, right? But
No, my
your
God, no.
surgeon, right? But your surgeon is not going to know about nutrition always. So it's very important to acknowledge you're in the same thing and to put it in kind of business perspectives. When we talk about doing like joint venture partnerships, we may
Yeah,
have the same target market. It doesn't mean we're doing the same thing. And
100%.
so I think that that's so important. And there's not enough people who really think about it and how to put good things into your body to make sure that it's running properly, to make sure that you're happy, you're healthy. That affects your brain too, and your mood, so many things. So
Yes, yes. So think about business. You asked that final, I had to speak on that because it jumped out. But one kind of a final piece to think about is the more you take care of yourself, the more you take care of your body, the better you can show up in your business. That's how it works. I mean, most sole proprietor or entrepreneurs, that kind of thing, you are your business. So if you don't feel good and you're on an interview, but you're thinking about that you haven't pooped in a week, or you're thinking about, oh my God, am I going to go to the bathroom on myself while I'm on stage? Like you can't be there fully present in what you're doing because things are pulling you away. So the more you invest and the more you take care of yourself, the more you can show up for your business. It is amazing on how many clients that I've worked with that have worked on themselves, figured out what was going on, got to the underlying cause, felt great, and made way more money that next year. It's just because you're there, you're present. If you're on a sales call and you're thinking about your digestion, are you present for the individual? No, you're thinking about you and they can feel it. So
Mhm.
the more you're thinking about them, the more you can serve them, the better you can be as a business owner, the better person you can be. The better in a relationships, if it's business and pleasure, mean, the better you can show up for relationships. So the more you take care of you and fill your own cup, like I say, the better you can provide for others.
Ooh, absolutely. I think that everyone, if you did not catch that, please rewind this recording and go back and watch it, because absolutely. So this was amazing, and we have to wrap up because we're running out of time. But thank you so much, Nikki, for being here. Like, I think that this is so important, and regardless of kind of who we are, how we want to be in business or otherwise, you have to take care of yourself, and your health has to be on point. Like I said, if you haven't upgraded to VIP yet, do that. Grab Nikki's gift. Of course, the Poop Pop quiz is there. Make sure you grab that. Take the first step to be your own advocate. Thanks again, Nikki, for being here.
Thank you. I have one tiny little piece,
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
as an extra bonus for everyone. For the first 10 people that take me up and do the quiz, I'll go over your results with you one-on-one. Normally I charge $247, but I'll do it because you guys are here and you're taking one step forward for your health.
Ooh, oh, geez, way to one up. That was amazing. Okay, so if you didn't hear that part, go back and rewind and grab that Poop Pop quiz. I want to be like quiet for 2 seconds and let you go do that. All right.
Perfect.
We're gonna wrap up. Like I said, thanks again for being here. What you have to share is so important and makes such a huge impact. And for everybody watching, thanks so much for being on this interview of the Visibility Summit, and stay tuned for another amazing interview.